So, Shauna, when you were in like grade school, elementary school, did you do anything special for Valentine's Day? Like bring in any cards or candy for anyone specific or for the whole class?
I definitely brought them in for the whole class. I was too shy to bring like a special one for anybody I had a crush on. So we would just go to like the drugstore or whatever, and you get your cute little Valentines and put one in every single person's box. But then there were those like kind of bitchy students who would only give them to like certain people, and that made me feel bad. So I made sure everybody got one because I wanted one. So what about you?
Same. I always had the cards and it'd be themed. So I think probably a lot I did like Hannah Montana because that was big when I was in elementary school. So they'd be like Hannah Montana and Valentine's Day cards. And we had like the paper bags. So everyone would just stick them in the paper bags and you get like the candy hearts and stuff passed around. And I always loved the holidays in class because you always had parties.
Yes, all the free candy and stuff.
Right.
I feel like mine were Sailor Moon themed one year, if I think back. But like that was not like, it wasn't cool to be an anime kid back in the 90s. So people be like, ew, that nerd Shauna gave me a Sailor Moon Valentine. You know what? They should be so thankful to get attention from me.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Now it's all the rage, Sailor Moon Valentines. I've thought about it since like elementary school. I'm like, I should just get some of these and hand one out to every person in my life. I feel like it'd be kind of cute just to hand them out to people now. They're always really cheesy and like have bad puns on them, you know.
Pass them out to your neighbors. Just leave them on the front doorstep.
Right, make them think that somebody like has a huge crush on them.
Right, like from your secret admirer.
I've been watching you through your window, Bob. I really like those trousers you wear on Sunday night.
I probably would die. That's really creepy.
Did you bring any special Valentines for any like guys or girls you had crushes on?
I did not. My elementary school, so it was a very small school. We didn't have a cafeteria or anything. Like we ate in our classroom. Our gym was probably the size of like, I don't even know the size of our gym, but it was extremely small. So everyone in my class was like my brother or sister to me in a way. So we were just way too close for me to have those types of feelings that young too.
What?
So
That's
hilarious. I just brought it to everyone and then we just all had parties. But no, me and my friends at the time, I had a group of girlfriends and we kind of all just always hung out together. So they were my Galentines, but no, I never actually had a Valentine in elementary school.
Dude, I had crushes all over the place in elementary school. Oh my gosh. I had crush, and I'm like Facebook friends with some of these guys now, and I'm like, dodged a bullet there. But like, I would make Sims of them in like the Sims 2, and it would all live together, and they'd be like super buff and stuff.
Don't even lie. It's the Sims that you play now.
Oh, absolutely. All the boys from elementary school, and I'm
all your crushes in one room, and then your husband and you in the next room.
Right. Put all my exes in a room.
Yes.
See how they get along. See which one of them dies first.
From Travis Scott when he talks about like Kylie and then all his exes. I'm like,
I might get all my exes and put them all in a room.
Yeah.
Oh man, we'd need a big room.
Oh man, that's funny. Recorded in Phoenix, Arizona.
It's the Pop Culture Junkie podcast.
Welcome back to a new episode of the Pop Culture Junkie podcast. I am Nicole.
And I'm Shauna.
And this week we are going to be talking about the good holiday of Valentine's Day. You either love it or you hate it. Do you love it, Shauna?
I love Valentine's Day. I'm a sucker for Valentine's Day. My husband and I don't really celebrate it a whole lot because our anniversary is this month too, our wedding anniversary. So Valentine's Day is kind of But I always demand a card. And like if flowers show up, then, so be it. But at least a card. At least a card. But I love pink and red, sparkly, glittery hearts. Like, I just love that. What about you? Do you like Valentine's Day?
No. I've been single the past 23 Valentine's Days, so.
Do you have a Galentine's Day with you and your friends, though? Do you, like, get together and drink wine and talk crap about boys and stuff?
Well, this year, obviously, we won't. But in the past, I don't think so. I don't know. I've never really seen it like as a holiday. I'm not off work or school, so.
This is true. This is very true, actually. I have to go to work today. Doesn't count.
Right? Exactly.
I also love that it's just us girls today for today's episode.
Our Galentine's Day episode.
Galentine's. No boys allowed.
The rom-coms.
Yes, rom-coms. I saw that you posted How Well Do You Know? Oh, it was Parent Trap. That's not a rom-com at all. But for some reason, all of those movies meshed together in my head. I guess there's a little bit of romance in that movie. I was going to say, it
kind of can be a rom-com in a way if you think about it.
Exactly. And I was like, Nicole knows a lot about romantic comedies. I know this. I can feel this in my heart.
I do. One of my favorites.
Yes. Let's do a rundown of celebrity news this week before we get all romantic, because I feel like there was a lot of stuff that went down this week.
Yes, there is.
Okay, you mentioned, and I'm going to like make you give me details and spill tea on it about A-Rod and J-Lo.
A-Rod is being accused of cheating on Jennifer Lopez, his fiance, with Madison LaCroix, who is from the TV show Southern Charm.
Madison, and I haven't heard any of that.
Apparently she came out and she said he's never physically cheated on his fiance with me. I'm like, okay, did you like mean to say physically, or do you mean like you guys talked over the phone? But apparently, according to A-Rod's reps, he's never spoken to her, doesn't even know the girl. But then her reps are like, they've talked on the phone once and she went to Miami, blah, blah, blah. And it's like,
she went to Miami? What, to see him?
I should backtrack. So someone called her out and was like, you went to Miami to go date an ex-baseball player who was married, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I've never actually done that. I never went to Miami. Put me on a lie detectors test. It's never happened. So, yeah, for the sake of J-Lo, I hope not, because I do love her. And I think they are cute together, even though Alex Rodriguez is a dirtbag. But so I could definitely see it happening. But
they've been together for a while, right?
Yeah, I don't know the amount of years, but definitely a while. And their kids are so cute together too.
It seems like it's been a while, at least in relation to J-Lo romances. And no shade
celebrity
there.
romance. No, celebrity years too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I liked her with Mark Anthony. I remember when they were they married? I think they were married. And I always
thought they had the twins.
Yeah, I thought they were cute together because they were like, I don't know. They both were really popular at the same time. Yeah. It was like two popular singers making love in the record booth and in real life.
They were good together. I like them. I think they're still really close. I always see like pictures of them. Like if there's something going on with their kids, they're both there together and they're actually next to each other and can be in the same room, which I think is good for the sake of their relationship and their kids.
Oh, yeah. I always love it when people can do that and just kind of like be mature and co-parent without a ton of drama and be like, you know, we didn't work out, but we still have these children we brought into the world that we have to be decent around each other.
Very
at least
true.
For. So, well, I hope that's not true. I guess we'll keep up with it as it goes. So I've been following up and like keeping an eye on all the Marilyn Manson stuff going down this week. So Evan Rachel Wood has said for years that she was in a relationship with a singer and that he was super emotionally, sexually, physically abusive to her, pretty much groomed her from a young age. And she never said who it was, but it was obvious to everyone involved that it was Marilyn Manson. The ages that she talked about being were like lined up perfectly with the ages that they were when they were together. She was like 19 and he was 36 when they first started dating. And she released a statement this week and was like, yes, it was Brian Warner, aka Marilyn Manson. And she's like, you know, like I'm not going to protect him. He's the one who did all these things to me. This is his name. This is what he did. And since then, 5 other women have come forward, his exes, and said that they've experienced that too in their relationships with him. And even 2 of his exes have released statements that say they didn't experience that while they were with him per se, but that they absolutely believe the women who are coming forward and stand with them. And it's kind of like, dude, Marilyn Manson has been getting such a pass for so many years. He's been an outward creep for years. And like, I don't mean the way he dresses or like his music or anything, because I definitely have liked some Marilyn Manson songs back in the day. But he's released statements that say things like, and trigger warning, because this is kind of disturbing, but like, that he's admitted to cutting himself and like calling Evan on the phone and like crying to her and cutting himself and like, this is what you did to me. I am experiencing the physical pain that you caused me. And like, and everyone at the time was like, oh, he's so edgy and spooky. And like, no, he's not edgy and spooky. He's a freaking like abusive creep. So his record label dropped him this week. Amen. That's amazing. That's
very scary. I'm glad that these women are finally coming forward and that his exes who didn't experience it are believing the women and believing the victims and everything, because you always want to believe the victim.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. I'm very like, I'm glad that they're all standing together. And then, you know, people say, well, why didn't they come forward sooner? Mm-hmm. But then I'm reading headlines, and Evan Rachel Wood has been posting a lot of things over the past couple days about her experience, including headlines that were about her back in the day that were like, Evan Rachel whores back together with Marilyn Manson and calling her a slut. And, you know, basically like slut shaming her for being with this guy who's like twice her age and grooming her.
Right.
It's like, of course victims don't come forward because people don't believe them. And like, I don't know. So Marilyn Manson, you suck. I hope you don't listen to our podcast. But if you do, then I hope you know you suck. Keep listening so we can tell you how much we hate you.
Rather than this terrible news that we keep talking about, our girl JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
She is in the LGBTQ community and came out on Jimmy Fallon and said that she is in a very happy relationship with her girlfriend.
Oh, that is so cute. I'm so happy for her.
Me too.
I she came out to Gaga's Born This Way, I think, in a TikTok. And I don't know. Like, I mean, obviously we're both too old to like, I don't fully understand her music and I don't know, shtick or whatever, but like she seems really genuinely like wholesome and happy and like a good person from what I've seen about her. So
for sure.
Yeah. Good for her. That's awesome.
I mean, I love her. I watched her on Dance Moms. I was obsessed with Dance Moms. Anything Dance Moms I could talk about, but.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she's amazing. I love her. And she actually posted a picture on Twitter too to like kind of confirm it, because she never actually confirmed it in that Lady Gaga video, but everyone kind of assumed. But yeah, she wore like the best gay cousin shirt.
Yeah, and then she's like, my cousin got me this.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my God, that is so cute.
Good for her.
Yes.
And I mean, I've seen a little bit of backlash. I mean, like anybody, it's unfortunately is going to get for living their truth sometimes, but parents are like, well, I'm not going to let my kids listen to her anymore. And I'm like, for what? For being happy and being herself? Right. Like, God, just, I can't imagine being that closed-minded, but.
Right. She comments back on those sometimes, and they're actually quite funny. She just puts, okay. Like,
cool. All right.
Yeah. She's like, I don't need you. I literally have a Tesla with my face all over it anyways. I don't need you.
Oh my gosh. That is so iconic and I love it. And I wish I could put my face all over my Tesla, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I wish I could just have a Tesla.
Good for her. Okay. JoJo, you're invited on the show. Oh my God. That would be incredible.
I know.
We could both dress all sparkly too.
Wear our big bows and our side ponytails.
Oh my God. I do have a lot of sequined clothing.
We'll just keep tweeting her.
Yeah, I'd be like, you go, girl. We love you.
Yes.
Hashtag Pop Culture Junkie. Hashtag please come on our show.
We'll make it happen.
Oh, that's awesome. Are you all caught up on WandaVision?
I am. I watched it today. I watched it like the day of our podcast just so I could have it right in my mind and understand everything that's going on. But that last episode.
Do you have any questions?
Oh my God, do I have questions? I'm so confused.
I can help you.
Okay. So I'm going to, I guess I could just ask questions. So Monica Rambeau, is she a normal human being who got sent to Westview, New Jersey?
Yes.
Or is she a part of their world? She's normal?
Okay, yes. So in the movie Captain Marvel, that was set in the early 90s, Captain Marvel has a best friend, and we meet Monica Rambeau, and she's a little girl.
Gotcha.
And so in Avengers Infinity War, the main bad guy, Thanos, snaps his fingers, and half of humanity is erased from the world. like they start kind of like pixelating and floating away and they turn into dust. Right. And so when you see her in the hospital and everybody's coming back, I was like, Nicole's probably so freaking confused, right?
I was.
So they start coming back because, spoiler alert, the Avengers save the day in Avengers Endgame, and everybody who died during that snap, regular people call it the blip because they don't know that Thanos snapped his fingers. They weren't there. Start coming back. And so it looks like Monica was actually snapped away and then she came back. And that's when she's like, what the heck is going on? And she's looking for her mom. And then sadly, she finds out that her mom died, and not from the snap, just, from natural death 3 years before. And fun fact, Monica Rambeau was actually Captain Marvel for a while in the comic book. So that's kind of fun. I should definitely suggest that you watch the Captain Marvel movie.
I should.
Nicole. Yeah, it's really cool. And Captain Marvel's a badass. And it's just like, there's not a lot of female fronted superhero movies. So it's really cool. And it's in the 90s. So it's kind of like nostalgic. Like she crashes into a Blockbuster video and it's super cute. Yeah. So to answer your question, yes, she is a regular lady in this show who happens to work for Sword.
Yes.
We see her go back and she's like, can I have my job back? And if I remember correctly, they were like, I mean, you've been gone for like 5 years kind of thing. Like, we're going to put you on this duty or whatever. And so it looks like maybe she got too close to it. She got sucked in somehow. But then while she was there, it looked like it kind of started to like take over her memories until that moment where she was like, we see in that episode where she's talking to Wanda and she's like, wait, your brother was killed by Ultron. And she like, I don't know, kind of like starting to come to. That's when she pushes her out, sends her flying. Yeah. So we see Kat Dennings' character, Darcy, come back. Darcy was in the Thor movies and she's so freaking cute and funny and just like needs a cup of coffee desperately. But yeah, she was like an exciting thing for fans to see because she was a big part of the Thor movies that like everybody really liked. So she's back, and then Detective Wu is back. He's a really funny addition from the Ant-Man movies. So it's kind of cool. It's like, this was the episode that really felt like, okay, this is a Marvel show. Like the other ones had Marvel characters in them, like Wanda and Vision, obviously. But this one, I'm like, okay, now that we were seeing Sword and now there's things going on. And yeah, so I'm excited to see where it goes. And it definitely seems like, and I mean, they confirmed that this is Wanda's doing this.
Yeah. I guess that was like my only question. I feel like I read an article earlier and it explained it pretty well for someone who kind of doesn't really know the background.
Yeah.
So I guess that was my main question because, like you said, she went in and she knew who was the guy that was killed, Wanda's brother. Who was he killed by?
Ultron.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was his name is Pietro Quicksilver, and he was killed by Ultron, and that was in the second Avengers movie.
Okay.
So, I mean, as far as I'm aware, I think she's a regular person, but now I'm thinking, was it on the news that Pietro was killed by Ultron? Like, how did she know that?
True. I know, that's why I was like, wait, is she a part of their world or is she a normal human being? I think that's where I was like tripped up on either or, but...
Yeah. No, as far as I'm aware and from like her time in Captain Marvel, she seems to be just, an agent of Sword. But
gotcha.
Yeah, it must have been just public knowledge at that point because everyone knows who the Avengers are. In this universe, in the Avengers world, everyone knows like, oh, the Avengers are here to save us. Or they think the Avengers keep destroying buildings and people die.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like they're known characters in society.
That makes sense. Okay.
Action figures and Halloween costumes.
Hi, I'm Haley the Brave, teacher and mom by day, cosplayer and pop culture junkie by, well, also by day. I'm obsessed with all things fandom and I love to talk about it. So join me and some of my friends as we geek out about TV, movies, music, and all the awesome things that make life worth living. Listen to my podcast, 30, Nerdy, and Thriving, available now on all major streaming platforms.
So the 78th Annual Golden Globe Awards are happening soon, and they just came out with the nominations. Did you happen to see what the nominations were or who the nominated people were? Are you excited?
I am excited. I saw I feel like a good amount of the movies, and I feel like there's some unique nominations in there. So Best Dramas nominees are The Father, Mank, Nomadland, The Trial of the Chicago 7, and Promising Young Woman. Out of those, I've only seen Promising Young Woman, and I saw it last night. And I know we talked about it on the last episode with Adam. And I'm like, oh, I need to message him and because I know what he was talking about now. And he's like, is that really how it's going to end? Oh, okay. So I'm like, because I felt the same. But yeah, I feel like that's a pretty good list. And I've been dying to see The Trial of the Chicago 7. I've heard that's really good.
Same.
Let's see here. Best Actress in a Drama, Viola Davis, Andra Ray, Vanessa Kirby, Frances McDormand, and Carey Mulligan. Something that I thought was funny is that, so the Golden Globes has, for Best Picture, they have Best Picture Drama and then Best Picture Musical or Comedy, which I think is cool because then you don't have movies competing against each other that have I don't know, in the Academy Awards, they just lump it all together.
Mm-hmm.
But Borat's subsequent movie film was nominated for Best Picture Musical or Comedy. And that made me laugh. Did you see either Borat movie?
I want to say I've seen the first one.
You probably
But I don't remember it at all.
Very nice. I don't know. That was terrible, Borat.
I think I've seen the first one, though.
Dude, watch the second one. It is so freaking funny. It is so funny and just inappropriate and just ridiculous. But it's genuinely hilarious. Sacha Baron Cohen was nominated twice for 2 Golden Globes. So he was nominated once for Borat and then once for The Trial of the Chicago 7. So I think it's funny. It's good for him. I think he's amazing and he's so silly and takes lots of guts to do the things that he does. But then he's also a talented actor. So look at that.
That's true.
And then a movie called Palm Springs was nominated for Best Musical or Comedy. And if anyone hasn't seen this movie, I really suggest it. It's got Andy Samberg. And I feel like I've talked about it in this podcast before, actually. And it kind of reminds me of Groundhog's Day. 2 people go to a wedding and then they have to keep reliving the same day over and over and over again. And just kind of all the funny things that they get into because they're kind of stuck in this time loop and they fall in love. Spoilers. They fall in love. So yeah, it's a good, actually, Valentine's romance movie too. So I definitely suggest to give that a viewing. Are you going to be watching the Golden Globes, Nicole?
I don't know if I'll actually sit down and watch it, but I'll glance, maybe see who won each category. Mm-hmm. The Golden Globes is something I'm not too interested in. I'm more so a music awards show type person, but I'll probably tune in here and there.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel like it's just so long too.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, they just take forever. I mean, I guess the Golden Globes aren't as long as the Oscars, but
true.
Yeah, like you said, I'll probably just kind of pop in every once in a while. Mm-hmm. Tina Fey and Amy Poehler are hosting, and they're adorable and hilarious together.
They're the best. Have you seen their movie, The Sisters, I think it's called?
Sisters? I haven't seen Sisters. Oh, it looks so funny, though. I did like them in Baby Mama.
Yes.
It's a terrible movie, but the fact that they're in it just makes it more delightful.
Yes.
And of course, Mean Girls.
True. But I mean, I guess if they're hosting it, then it shouldn't be too bad. I'm sure they'll do a lot of comedy, but I've heard they're hosting from 2 different locations.
Okay, that makes sense.
So they won't be together, but I'm sure it'll still be good.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll try to find some humor in our ongoing shit show that is the past year. So
probably.
Gotta laugh so we don't cry, right?
Do you think anyone got gypped from the nominations this year?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head. What about you?
Me personally, I didn't think about it because you look at the nominations and you don't think about the people who weren't nominated, but I was watching this show called Daily Pop, which is kind of like an E-News, and one of the hosts said Zendaya.
Oh,
and I was I could definitely see her being gypped again.
Was she not even nominated?
Mm-mm.
Oh, yeah, for Euphoria.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got that movie coming out on Netflix, too. That might be for the next awards cycle. Malcolm and Marie. That's been getting a lot of hype. Mm-hmm. And then I've heard people say that Spike Lee should have been nominated this year, too.
Yeah.
His film got nominated for Screen Actors Guild Award, and I think those nominations came out, too. But, yeah, guess we're going to have to see how it goes. And at the end of the day, sometimes these, like, awards don't mean that, you know, this was the greatest movie or the one that made the most money or that everyone liked the most. Just kind of the one that was the most deep. You know, deep like Borat movie.
Especially the past year.
Right?
Can't expect much.
So speaking of illustrious award shows where people, you know, wait in the edge of their seats and get dressed up and spend millions of dollars on outfits, the Junkies Choice Awards nominations are out. So we're going to be posting places for fans to vote on our social media. We're going to have some polls going out there. So thank you to everyone who's been keeping up so far and helping us think of the categories. We have shows that kept us sane in 2020, the most pure celebrity, the most addictive celebrity scandal, the second best podcast, because this one's the first best, obviously. Best Chris, best binge of 2020, most heartbreaking cancellation of 2020, the best TikTok trend, the best bop, the best Instagram follow, the best sequel, the best batshit crazy documentary, the best reboot, the most outrageous Twitter feed, the best mustache, the worst social media platform, even though we already have the winner for that one. The saddest fast food story, biggest pop culture disappointment, best pop culture surprise, saddest celebrity death, biggest train wreck, pop culture VIP, and the hero of 2020. Whew!
Be as long as the Golden Globes.
Right? My goodness, we're going to have to get some musical breaks in there.
We'll come out in our luxurious gowns.
I'm going to wear my wedding dress. I still have that. And I haven't gotten to wear it in 6 years.
It's
going to be great, you guys. It's going to be so cool. I will read the nominations only for one category because there's too many, obviously.
Okay.
But the hero of 2020, we have Pedro Pascal, the ocean spray vibes guy, the one who's drinking his ocean spray. And, oh, I love him. The Fiend, Joe Exotic, Twisted Tea, Postmates, and White Claw. And I think that's just
all very good.
Those are the most peak 2020 things I can ever think. So it's going to be good. We'll put them on the social media and have everybody vote. So, and then we'll have a special episode where we announce the winners and talk about each of their impacts and stuff. It'll be great.
So speaking of our Junkies Awards and stuff, what would you pick as the best Valentine's Day movie?
Ooh, best Valentine's Day movie. Okay. My favorite chick flick, I mean, that's kind of a stupid title because, like, any gender can enjoy any movie. But colloquially, chick flick is 13 Going on 30 with Jennifer Garner. I love that movie so much.
That's a good one. And
shout out to 30 Nerdy and Thriving podcasts because I know that's where they got that name from. And I love that so much with Haley.
Yes.
Yeah, that movie is just so funny. And I've rewatched it in the past, at least like 2 years or so. And I still feel like it holds up really well. And it's still really cute. And as somebody who has gone past 30, the fact that like a 13-year-old girl's like, I want to be 30. I'm like, oh, honey. No, you don't. No, I love being in my 30s. But yeah, that's probably my top romance movie. What about you?
I would say either be basic and say the actual Valentine's Day, like that movie, Valentine's Day. And I like The Proposal with Sandra Bullock.
Oh my gosh, I love that movie.
Yes.
I forgot about that movie. It's so funny.
Yes, with Sandra Bullock and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, and Betty White's in that movie too, right?
She is, yes. She's still thriving and kicking.
Right? I need to give that movie a rewatch because one of the main parts I really remember is her in the woods with Sandra Bullock, and aren't they dancing to like, from the window to the wall?
That's the best part of the whole movie.
Yeah. No, I love that movie. That's a good movie.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I love romantic movies. I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Same.
Like really, if any like show doesn't have romance in it, it has a hard time sucking me in. Like, even for anime and stuff, which is funny because a lot of like shonen animes and like don't have a lot of romance, or they'll have like one girl who's kind of pining after the main character and he's way too oblivious in saving the world, so he doesn't notice.
Right.
But in my head, I'm always like, I ship them so hard. They need to get together. Aww. So I know you're obsessed with Jennifer Aniston. We know this about you. Would she be your favorite, like, chick flick or rom-com actress, or do you have somebody else you like a lot?
I would say her and Julia Roberts.
Oh, iconic. Yes.
Yes. I feel like Julia Roberts, she was in, obviously, Pretty Woman. And then this one isn't really like a rom-com, but it kind of can be. It's called Mother's Day. I don't know if you've seen it. It's with her, Jennifer Aniston. That's a really good one, too. I think she plays a great role there. I mean, I guess it's not a rom-com, so it doesn't really help.
Is there romance? Does anybody kiss?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
A couple gets married in it, so.
Done.
Okay.
If people kiss in it, then there you go.
Okay. I just thought about it. I was like, that's not even a rom-com. I shouldn't have said that, but it's okay. What about you? Who's your favorite actress or actor in a rom-com?
I really do like Jennifer Garner. And then I like Jennifer Lopez, too, in rom-coms. I'm not the hugest J-Lo fan, like, you know, nothing against her. And I definitely liked all of her early 2000s music and stuff. But I really liked Jennifer Lopez in The Wedding Planner with Matthew McConaughey. I had that movie on VHS growing up, and I would watch it all the time. It's just so freaking funny. And, like, I love when she's crossing the street and she gets her stiletto stuck in the grating, and then he comes and saves her, and she goes, "You saved my shoe. I mean, my life."
Yeah, I like her in Made in Manhattan, too.
Oh, yeah. That's a cute movie, too.
I forgot she acted. But
right, I know.
it was so long ago, I feel like.
Yeah, there's a lot of, like, I guess, singers who I was thinking back the other day who tried to have, like, acting careers. And I mean, Jennifer Lopez has had a pretty solid acting career. You know, obviously she's in Selena. But, like, Beyonce used to be in movies, which is hilarious to me because I just don't see her doing that ever again.
Yeah.
Like, she dabbled and now she's like, okay, I'm done. I want to talk about, like, romance tropes and things. So, like, things that we see in a lot of, like, romantic movies. So the manic pixie dream girl. And I'm definitely guilty of liking a lot of movies with manic pixie dream girls. Say that 5 times fast. So I really like Scott Pilgrim versus the World. And I mean, that is like the, like, king of all, like, simp movies. Just like, God, just obsessed with this girl because she changes her hair color every day. And then one of my favorite movies of all time is 500 Days of Summer with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel. And I first saw that movie on a date. I had just gotten out of, like, a really bad breakup. And I was just starting to, like, dabble into dating again. And a guy took me to go see that movie in theaters. And I remember, like, crying in the theater because I was like, oh my God, you can move on from love and heartbreak. Like, but then, like, if you see that movie again, you kind of notice how kind of, like, problematic Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is and how he's obsessed with her, even though she's straight up is like, I don't want a relationship. And he's like, but you want one with me. But, you know, she's a man. I mean, Zooey Deschanel is just kind of a manic pixie dream girl for sure. Just look at me. I'm funny, but also one of the boys. But also I like to have sex. And then the plain Jane. So kind of like makeover scenes in movies. I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you your favorite makeover scene in a movie.
Oh, I have a lot.
I knew you would. And that's why I didn't feel bad putting you on the spot.
We have Princess Diaries with Anne Hathaway when she gets turned into a beautiful princess. We have Miss Congeniality when Sandra Bullock becomes cop to pageant queen.
Yes.
And then we have Mean Girls with Lindsay Lohan being the transfer student who becomes a popular girl. That's all I have, like, off the top of my head.
Those are good ones that I wasn't even thinking of. Oh my gosh. Miss Congeniality is, like, probably my favorite makeover scene.
For sure.
She's All That is a very iconic makeover scene because
that's true too.
Rachel Lee Cook is obviously beautiful the entire movie, but she wears overalls and glasses and hot girls can't do that. Yes.
Yes,
and
that's
so
true.
she takes off her glasses, and then all of a sudden she walks down the stairs to kiss me. Which, oh my gosh, anytime I think of that movie, though, all I think of is the Not Another Teen Movie parody of it. And they're giving her the makeover, and they take off her glasses, and the girl goes, "That's it. I'm a genius." Oh my God, I just had another one. Oh, and Clueless. They give her that makeover in Clueless, and they wash her hair in the bathtub.
That's so true. Oh my gosh,
I
forgot about that one.
It's such a trope. And all of these girls are beautiful in the beginning, and but you have to look a certain way in a romantic movie.
Yes.
For the boy to realize he likes you.
Gosh, that was Brittany Murphy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I loved her as an actress.
I loved her too. Oh my gosh. I was so sad when she died.
Same.
Yeah.
Uptown Girl.
Yeah.
Good movie.
Good stuff. Man, this is making me so nostalgic for chick flicks and romantic comedies and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I have a question for you about romantic movies.
Okay.
So, do you think that in a romance movie, the two characters that are in love or falling in and out of love, do they have to have sex?
No.
No?
I don't think so, no. I don't think that's what a relationship is based off of.
Oh, gosh. Oh, honey. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I mean.
I'm just teasing.
No, you know what I mean.
Yeah, no. Relationships are about feelings and love, not woohooing. But I'm trying to think of romantic movies where they do it, and sometimes I feel like they do it too fast, and then in other movies I'm like, aren't they gonna do it?
I guess that's true.
Like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. They do it. And I feel like it was pretty fast. And especially considering that they kind of were both tricking each other the whole time. I mean, they end up together in the end, spoiler. But then, I don't know, I guess it depends on the rating and how old the characters are. Because then in Princess Diaries too, at least we get a kiss in the end.
That's
I don't want to see teenagers boinking.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now if any movie doesn't have it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if it's teenagers, then they're gonna stop it. But most iconic love movie that I can think of from at least the last 30 years was Titanic, and they very clearly did it very quickly. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't know. I feel like that movie wouldn't have had the same oomph if we didn't have the hand slapping in the car, the steamed up car. Oh my God, how old were you when Titanic came out, Nicole? You've seen Titanic, right?
Was I even born?
Oh my God.
I don't even know what year it came out. Hold on, I'm looking.
It came out, I think, in 1998. I want to say off the top of my head.
I was 2 months old.
Oh my God, 1997. Okay.
It literally is December 19th, 1997. I was born October 13th, 1997.
Have you ever seen Titanic?
Of course.
Okay. Whew, I was just making sure.
Yes, I have.
I was obsessed with Titanic when it came out. Me and my friends would watch it. And if, our parents weren't home, we would watch that scene and rewind it and watch it again. We all had Heart of the Ocean heart necklaces and, oh my gosh, big Leo posters in our room. And man, that movie.
There's definitely room on the boat for the both of them.
Okay. See, I think that there's room on the door for both of them.
The door.
But I've thought about this. I just think it's a weight issue.
Yeah, no, that's true.
It would sink, and everybody who gives Rose all this crap for let him on the door. I'm like, okay, he's skinny. He's maybe 150 soaking wet, but
No, you're right. You're right.
It's so sad though. Do you think that a romance movie is a good first date movie, or do you think it's a little too much pressure on a first date? Is there a better genre?
I don't think it could be bad, but me personally, I don't want to go to the movies on a first date. I think either just straight comedy or horror for me personally would be better. But
horror, so you can scream and hold hands.
Nah, he'd be holding my hand. I'm watching the whole time.
She's like, get off of me.
Right?
Come on.
I'm trying to watch who gets killed.
I didn't mind movies for first dates as long as there's like dinner before or after too, so you can actually talk to each other.
Yeah, that's, I guess, what I am trying to put out there. I'd rather talk and get to know the person rather than just sit and watch a movie.
I feel that. But I guess I'm thinking back to my other question about boinking in movies, or characters boinking, not boinking at the movies. If you're like on a first date with somebody and then like they start like going at it, you're kind of like,
right? Like, check my phone. What time is it?
I gotta go pee during this part. Gotta go.
Start throwing popcorn at the other people.
Right. No, we learned from Cobra Kai that's a thing you do when you like people, right?
True.
Wasn't he trying to flirt with the girls by throwing popcorn?
I'll throw my nachos then.
Just throw an entire plate of, oh God, the characters on screen are having sex. I don't want Billy to get any thoughts. Quick, dump your nachos on these strangers.
Oh my God. Or I'm going to use the bathroom really fast.
Right, I gotta just go. Don't get any ideas, please.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. I've gone on a lot of first dates and some of them were in movies, and I definitely had some guys pull like the yawn stretch on me and or like try to get a little handsy. I had one guy, I won't name his name because we dated like for one date, like sophomore year of high school. And me and my friends called him Octopus Arms because he had to like slither his entire body around mine. I feel like he's like squeezing the life force out of me. I don't remember what movie we saw. I guess I was like, I must have lost consciousness halfway through, just cutting off the blood supply to my brain. Aw. Do you remember the last romantic movie? Like, or do you feel like it's even a popular genre anymore? Like, I'm trying to think of the last quote unquote chick flick or romance movie that I've even watched. And it might be the Palm Springs movie that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, I have no clue.
Yeah. It's kind of a dying breed. Or maybe you and I just are out of the romance loop.
Maybe.
We're just crotchety and cynical now. There's no bloodshed in this movie. God.
Yeah, I have no clue.
2020 killed romance.
Definitely did.
Right? What are you going to do? Have like a movie about people like Zoom chatting and falling in love and
right, online dating, Tinder.
Oh God. Then you know they're not going to boink because they can't.
True. True.
Kissing through the mask.
Oh my God, I've seen people do that.
Me and my husband definitely do it. But Lady Gaga and her boyfriend did it at the inauguration, so I'm just copying Gaga. Man. He thinks I'm so stupid anytime I'm like, a kiss. He's like, you can tell like just the deep disappointed sigh, like I'm doing this for you. I hope you know I love you.
Oh man.
Oh. Yeah, I think there needs to be more romance movies. Let's get this back going, guys. I want to see. Oh, there was the Kristen Stewart movie for Christmas that we talked about. That's a romantic movie.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, let's get some more romance movies. Let's get some more LGBTQ love stories, some interracial relationships, and let's get some love in the time of quarantine movies. We should post this on the group in Facebook and see if anybody can like give their suggestions for like romantic movies that have been released in the past 2 years or 5 years even. Because I feel like a lot of the ones that you and I mentioned.
Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh, yeah. I've always wanted to see that. It's
very good. I highly recommend that one.
Is it romantic?
It is.
Yay.
It's really good. I like that movie.
I'm going to give that a try. And that got a lot of, I know like a lot of people said it was really good.
I think it got a lot of awards too, if not nominations.
Awesome. Yeah. Everybody let us know. We want to watch romantic movies. I want to cry.
Yes.
Do you cry during movies? That's another good question. Do you cry during?
If the dog dies.
Girl, yes.
But
right here.
I watched Marley and Me a couple days before I put our dog down. It was the worst mistake of my life.
Why would you do that? No.
Don't ask. I don't know. Guess I wanted to feel the pain.
This is going back to the very first episode of our podcast.
Oh, I think I did talk about that.
We both talked about dying dogs because I remember in the description of the episode, it's like the junkies talk about dead dogs.
This is true.
And my friends were like, what is this podcast you're on, Shauna? And I'm like, y'all know we were talking about how much I have to go to doesthedogdie.com and Nicole to watch Marley and Me. And
this is true. I remember that now.
This is all coming full circle.
That's
But
funny.
yeah, I cry during movies sometimes, I guess. Yeah, definitely if the dog dies. I don't know. Things are super emotionally. Sometimes I don't cry if it's supposed to be emotionally impactful. Like and the music's rising and you're supposed to be crying. There's other parts in movies I'll be like, oh God, they love each other.
I did just watch a movie for the first time the other day, and it is a love movie.
Ooh,
and you're
what
going to
is
be
it?
very proud of me.
I'm excited. What is it?
A Star is Born.
Okay, the Gaga version.
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay,
That's why you're proud.
I am so proud of you.
It was
oh my
so
God.
good.
Yes, right. She's such a good actress, and I guess
She
Bradley
really
Cooper's
is.
fine. No, just
No,
kidding. He's
she's
great.
really good.
Did you cry?
No, just because I was around my parents. We were all three of us were watching it, and my dad was like, "I actually really like this movie. Lady Gaga's pretty with all the crazy makeup." I'm like,
Oh my
"Yeah, Dad, she is."
It always cracks me up when people like Lady Gaga has been so famous and so talented for such a long time, and people are like, "Oh wow,
Right.
she really can sing," and I'm like, "Have you not been paying attention for the
Right?
past like 15 years?" Yes. Oh, good. I'm glad that you liked it.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
I also watched The Greatest Showman for the first time the other day.
I love that movie. That's a romantic movie too.
Yes, I love that. That's probably like one of my top favorite movies now.
What's your favorite song?
Good. Probably the main one. This is The Greatest Show. Is that the title of the song? The Greatest Show. I don't know. They were all good. It's probably like, in my opinion, like the best soundtrack to a movie.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Now,
I could jam out to all of them.
I feel like musicals are usually pretty romantic too. I mean, music is inherently romantic a lot. So The Greatest Showman, like Zendaya and Zac Efron, I really liked their romance. And, La La Land came out like 2-3 years ago, and it was musical. I guess there you go. That was a romance. Spoilers, they don't end up together in the end. But it's still romantic.
I haven't seen it, but...
Oh, sorry. They are
okay.
happily ever after into the La La Land sunset.
No, it's okay. I feel like I knew that. It's because I feel like when that movie came out, it was super popular. So there are so many spoilers.
Yeah. And Moulin Rouge. That's probably my favorite musical.
Burlesque.
I never saw Burlesque with Christina and Cher.
Yes, very good. Very good.
I like both of them, especially Cher. Maybe I'll give it a whirl. Is there kissing?
Oh, I don't remember. I'm sure there is.
That's the threshold, remember?
I'm sure there is.
Does anyone get kissed? Okay, there you go. Or hold hands. I'm sure
High
they
School
do a lot more than
Musical.
hold hands. I've never seen High School Musical.
Okay, boomer.
What? High school what?
Totally kidding. It's good. I mean, it's like your teenager stuff, so I don't know if I'd watch it now, but...
I've seen Camp Rock.
Okay.
They kiss at some point, I think.
Now we're getting way into musicals, and we're not going to have anything to talk about.
Musicals and romance, they kind of intertwine.
That is true, though.
You got to sing when you're about to do your triumphant kiss on top of a building and all that good stuff. Oh, well, cool. Now I want to watch romantic movies.
All right. Well, I think that wraps it up for this love fest of an episode. Where can the people find you, Shauna?
You can find me on Instagram at Shauna Trinidad, ShaunaTrinidad. I am also Twitter, Shauna Trinidad. And those are the places that I live.
Also, very happy belated birthday to you that you just celebrated.
Thank you. I did.
You're
My
welcome.
birthday was yesterday. It was fun. I drank a lot and took a nap, and I watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So basically like any regular day.
Well, I love that for you. That's very you, I feel like.
Thank you.
And then you could find me, Nicole, on Instagram at NALDridge14. That's also my Twitter handle. Then you could find the Pop Culture Junkie podcast and social medias. You could go to popculturejunkie.com. You can join our Facebook group, Pop Culture Junkie Support Group. Follow our page on there. Our Twitter is Pop Junkies, and our Instagram is pop.culturejunkies. And then we also have a very cool limited edition t-shirt based on Buffy the Vampire Slayer on our website. So definitely go check that out. It's going to be there until February 28th. And it's really cool. I can't wait to buy mine. I still have to buy it, but
Yes,
it's really cool.
I definitely ordered mine, and I'm super excited. I know a couple of my friends who are super Buffy nerds ordered theirs too, so I'm excited to get it.
So make sure to go grab your shirts before they're all gone, and any other merch that you see on there that you like as well. But talk to you all next week. Bye.
Bye. Love you all. Mwah. Pop Culture Junkie is a production of Pop Culture Entertainment Group. All rights reserved.